We getting ready to get started here. Making sure that we live on all of our channels here. Boom, boom, boom. And away we go. Shouts out to all my brothers that's in the house. See Big U out the Nella up in here. My boy Kenny B up in here. The big homie Bleon is up in here. Shouts out to my brothers, man. What's going on, baby? What's going on? Have y'all heard the news? Have y'all heard about what's has happened? Things are crazy, baby, and they're only getting crazier. I ain't gonna, spend too much time getting off into that, but before we go any further, let's give all praises to the Most High God for giving us the opportunity, putting the breath in our lungs and the words in our mouth. Once again, you here with your boy Bam Bam Bellion, one of Watt's 3 sons, representing East Side ours because the East Side is ours. Always standing 10 toes down on them 10-fold grounds, man. I am your drum major for just us because there is no justice for just us. And everybody know it, man. That's keeping it for just keeping it 400. But man, love all my peoples that's out there putting in that work, that's doing their part to try to make this world a little better, that you're gonna have to leave your babies in one day. Can you dig it? On some real shit, man. All of you brothers, man, keep doing the righteous work. Especially if you know you done did a whole lot of wrong work, man. Let's make up for it. And if you ain't making up for no wrong work, if you don't need no help, get out and help. I'm gonna say that one more time for the cheap seats. If you don't need no help, get out and help. Real talk, man. Do your part, man. Like Muhammad Ali said, service to your fellow man is how you pay your rent for the air you breathe, the water you consume, and the waste and the trash that you produce. That kind of stuff can't be fixed. You know what I'm saying? You can't just make that go away. You can't give back the air you breathe. You can't give back the water you drink. You know what I'm saying? You can't take back the waste and the trash that you produce. So a way of paying for that, service to your fellow man. Especially with our people, man. We so in need, man. You gotta look how these people talk about us, man. Look how they talk about it. Look how they talking about us right now. Today. Instead. Yo, man, we gonna get on off into these videos, man, because if you ain't aware, Mr. Charlie Kirk has been shot and killed in Utah, man. And yeah, the whole country's reacting to it. Everybody's going live, so I gotta go with my live and do my little put my little 104 cent up in there, you know what I mean? On Reckon. Because yeah, I'm familiar with him. I'm familiar with Michael Walsh and Tucker Carlson and all these other so-called conservatives out there. Andrew Wilson. You know, these talking heads that's low-key white supremacists. They got negative shit to say when it comes to black folks. They speak wickedly concerning oppression, every one of them, but they claim they Christians. Tell you about these people, man. But let's get off into it, man. Let's see what we can see when it comes to Mr. Charlie. Let's get off into it. Boom. Let's go. Boom.
Breaking news. Just moments ago, we learned that conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot during an event at a university in Utah. It appears that Kirk was shot in the neck.
Now, at first, we were told that a suspect was in custody. Sources now tell CBS News that person was released. We have team coverage.
Of course he was. Any fool who think that little old cryptid Papa Smurf looking old man is the one who shot this dude, you crazy. If you watched the video and you heard the shot, it's obviously a rifle shot. I'm going on my record to say I believe that whoever shot him was military trained. But of course, they finna throw some lone nut out there, another Lee Harvey Oswald, another James Earl Ray. You know how they get down.
Coverage of this breaking story tonight, beginning with CBS's Torian Small live in Washington, D.C. Torian.
Yeah, David and Lisa, we're standing by at the White House where we just learned that the president will lower flags here on the White House campus to have staff in memory of Charlie Kirk, the conservative firebrand who was shot and killed at this Turning Point USA event earlier today.
It happened in broad daylight at an event at Utah Valley University. As Charlie Kirk addressed the crowd, a shot was fired.
All of a sudden, I hear up top, I just saw him grab, it looked like his neck, and there's just blood pouring out everywhere, and his eyes kind of rolled back.
Kirk was rushed from the premises to the hospital. Kirk, a rising star in conservative politics and a fierce ally of President Trump. He is a co-founder of Turning Point USA, which advocates for conservative politics on university campuses. Well known to CBS News Chief Washington analyst Bob Costa.
I have covered Charlie Kirk for a long time, have spoken to him at so many political events over the years. This is someone who has galvanized conservatives across the country. He is seen as someone who is really able to gather the Trump movement, especially those under 30, and make them into a force.
President Trump posted, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk," calling him a great guy from top to bottom.
Now, among the many reactions coming into the shooting, we also heard from Governor Gavin Newsom of California, the governor condemning political violence. And I should also note the Democrat had Kirk on his podcast earlier this year. This is a death that's sending shockwaves throughout the...
Yeah, he was on there exposing Gavin Gruesome for using the Latinx term, and he claimed he never used it, and then they played the video of him saying it several times. That dude's a joke.
Political sphere, and one that we will continue to watch here from Washington. David and Nikki.
Torian Small live in Washington for us tonight at the White House. Thank you, Torian. This is the fourth major act of political violence in the U.S. in just the last year.
Fourth major act of political violence in the United States of Amnesia in the last year. Let's just keep that in mind. Let's keep listening.
We are coming up on 1 year since the attempted assassination of President Trump at his golf course in Florida. Of course, that was the second attempt on his life in just a matter of months. Last summer, of course, there was the attempt in Pennsylvania. In April, an arsonist set fire to the governor's mansion in Pennsylvania, where Governor Josh Shapiro and his family slept inside. They escaped unhurt. Then in June, a gunman murdered a Minnesota state representative and her husband and tried to kill a state senator and his wife. Let's bring in WBZ political analyst John Keller now. And John, this is certainly...
That's a lot, yeah. But on reckon, man, you know, we got to keep it 400 around here. Black folks is used to this. We used to it, man. All our political leaders got assassinated or murdered or exiled out the country or locked up in a penitentiary underground somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Peace be up on H. Rap Brown. Peace be up on my brother, Matula Shakur. Matula Shakur. Real talk. Got them locked up underground. Me, Abdul Jamal. You understand? Our political prisoners that we got, and they done murdered. They done killed more than they done, or unalived more of our leaders than they done locked up. You understand? So we used to this.
Not what our country needs right now.
It's the opposite of what we need, David and Lisa. And you don't want to exist in a culture in which political assassination attempts are a recurring feature. And I know because I lived through the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And as you know,
he done seen some shit. 60s, 70s, and 80s. He like my dad. He done seen them all. Well, he done seen the ones from this our lifetime.
There's a litany of horror. President Kennedy assassinated in 1963. Malcolm X murdered in 65. Martin Luther King Jr. and Bobby Kennedy in 68. George Wallace in 1970.
I'm surprised they brought up Brother Malcolm. But he's definitely the brother who comes to mind when these type of things happen. Because what did he say when Kennedy got killed? Chickens coming home to roost. I feel the same way right now. That's why this video is called Chickens Coming Home to Roost. This man fully support the genocide going on in Israel. He fully support the murder of those children over there. He completely behind the Israelis on that. You understand? So you got no problem with people killing people. Somebody come for you, it shouldn't be a big shock to the world like it is, man. I'm just saying.
Too, although he survived, as did Gerald Ford in '75, the victim of 2 shootings, and President Reagan in 1981, and of course, the 2 attempts on President Trump's life last year. This kind of violent extremism does terrible damage to our political culture, and it promotes demoralization and despair. And I think this appalling attack on Kirk is especially grotesque because he was engaged in an activity we like to think is a cornerstone of democracy, open debate among people with different political views. It's shocking, but in a way, not surprising.
Well, that's just it. I think that this is still really.
Hey, man, truly shocking, man. You watch that video, a coworker, man, she started telling all of us right when it was going down because she seen it live on TikTok. She couldn't believe her eyes. She seen the blood skiing out the man's neck, man. You know what I mean? This wasn't no skinning up no ear or nothing like that, man. I'm curious because I know the guy who they grabbed did not do it. Just like I know Lee Harvey Oswald did not do it. We know James Earl Ray did not do it. You understand? So you left to wonder what's the angle here? There's got to be an angle. There's got to be more than meets the eye with this shit. And I'm curious, man, because what is the angle here? I don't see it. I don't know, man. Check this out here. Dude is a white supremacist, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Kirk. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way I feel about that. You know what I mean? And when the chick is coming home to roost, not gonna bother me. But I do have conservative views. I don't believe in abortion. You understand? I don't believe in the alphabet community and all of their agendas that they have. No, don't support that. You understand? He talked about how the Democrats' policies help get black fathers out the home. He spoke on that once upon a time. I agree with him on that. But I don't agree with him on everything that this dude say. He says systematic racism don't exist. Bam, wrong. You understand? He says that black on black violence is the problem with the black community. What is this? This is white on white violence, right? Is that what you would call it? I'm just curious. You know what I mean? He says there's no genocide happening in Gaza. You understand? He says that. He completely supports Israel's right to defend themselves, even if they're at the point where they're going to kill like over 100,000 people. That's not defense no more, man. That's genocide. You understand? So a whole lot of things this dude said I don't agree with. Like I said, he's corrupt. He speaks wickedly concerning oppression. But the conservative things, I agree with certain things that the Republicans push. But I don't agree with the Republicans or the Democrats. Y'all all devils to me. And none of y'all got the best interests of black people in y'all, none of y'all policies. So no, man, I don't know. But I don't agree with what happened to him either. You understand? I don't agree with murdering somebody like that. But Esau's gift is the sword. His blessing is the sword.
Really sinking in for people, despite the vitriol and the rhetoric that we hear so much. Do you believe that we can point to specific causes of horrific attacks, like what we saw today on Charlie Kirk?
Well, I mean, hopefully we'll learn more from the investigators. In a situation like this, facts are very much preferable to the rumor mill, but you will no doubt be hearing a lot of talk about the vulgarity and polarization of our political culture in recent years and the role that social media and some political figures have played in it. But keep in mind, all of those murders and attempted murders I cited from years gone by were in the pre-internet period. The Kennedy assassination in '63, I remember, was especially stunning because there hadn't been a successful attempt on a president's life in 62 years before that. But political violence.
Yeah, because they knocked off Abe and Garfield. Yeah, these presidents are also presidents that were murdered or whatever, assassinated, unalive, deleted. YouTube be tripping. But yeah. This place was founded on violence, man. The United Snakes of Amnesia's very foundation is engulfed in violence. Like Dick Gregory said, they're like a person that done took a knife and slaughtered 1,000 people don't wash their body, their hands, or nothing, but they put on a brand new suit and then they go around and start telling everybody else who stink. Nah, man, the wickedness, the violence that you see going on in this place is generated from within here. You understand? Y'all didn't want the Native Americans here. Y'all just wiped them out. Just like what the Israelis are doing over there right now in Israel, in Palestine. Some real shit. And that's why the United States federal government is supporting them, just like they have supported the apartheid government in South Africa, because they're with the whole colonial genocide. We come here, it's yours. We claim we just want a little spot, and then next thing you know, we taking over the whole shit. Like a virus. You understand? This is what a virus does to the body. You understand? And that's exactly what's happening. So it's like both of the two are so similar. It's just this is modern times, so we have internet, so we can actually see them genociding these people and to confiscate their land. You understand? And don't be surprised if we all of a sudden hear about this, all of a sudden been an incident off the coast of Venezuela and America's finna invade Venezuela. Let's keep that on our minds too. This could be one of those look over there moments while we get ready to do some bullshit over here. Real talk, I reckon.
Has always been with us. It's a global phenomenon. I don't doubt that it can be and is inflamed by rhetoric and the grievance politics that's so popular these days. Charlie Kirk was no stranger to that kind of thing, but this is a moment that calls for social and political introspection, not the blame game.
It's a great point you make about the internet, yes, because the first thing I thought of is, well, everyone's always yelling at each other online, and that's a big part of it. But boy, this has happened a lot in the past.
Nothing new about it, I'm sorry to say.
Part of our history.
John Keller, thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, President Trump posted a tribute to Kirk, writing on Truth Social, "No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us."
Democratic California Governor Gavin Newsom wrote, "The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and
this fake ass motherfucker right here, man. Can't stand this dude.
Reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form."
Senator Elizabeth Warren posted this on X. "This shooting is nothing short of horrific. I am praying for Charlie Kirk and thinking of the students at the event in Utah. Political violence has no place in our country. It is never okay."
With regard to this.
Yeah, man. They dealing with this one kind of toughly, man. But I agree with FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the longest serving United States president in the history of the country. He said nothing happens by accident in the federal government of the United States of amnesia. You understand? I think this is all a setup and something bigger is going on. I do believe that. Because he was one of the ones that you would think they would have wanted to keep. Understand? But hey, they shot George Wallace too. So he pissed somebody off. These people don't get shot and stuff like this until a major power, an elite power, is pissed off and said, hey, do something about him. He's going to become a problem. And I think that's what happened with Mr. Kirk, because he only 31. He only 31. He a kid. And no telling how he probably would have flip-flopped like Tucker Carlson did. And that's another one. Hey, Tucker, you better be careful. Mr. Tucker, you better be careful. And what's my other man? Michael Walsh. Be careful, Michael Walsh. Be careful. Be real. It's another one. I forgot the other dude's name out there. That he do the same. All of them do the same type of debate stuff that Charlie Kirk do. All of them got the same views as far as they go for conservative views, and all of them got that same white supremacist. Black people don't deserve nothing. Whatever happened to y'all, oh well, it doesn't happen now throughout the history of the world. Nah. What happened to us has not happened throughout the history of the world. You goddamn devil. Devil means liar, deceiver, and that's what the fuck they is, man. They're corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. Now the chickens done came home to roost. These are the same cats that believe everything America's military, get out there and do. Hey, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? On everything. Don't get me wrong. They was mad. All of them call themselves being mad at Trump over the Epstein files. But so, I don't think that's what he got hit over either, man. Because I don't think what just happened to him don't got nothing to do with what we know about him. I think those people, I think those the criminal intent of America folks, and those the Fucking Over Black People Institute, I think they then got together and decided, hey, yo, we got to do something about this dude.
Young man, someone who started a movement as a teenager and helped to lift Donald Trump into the White House. What do we make of this latest turn?
Well, this, as Joe, as you pointed out, really does point to this fear many have had about an increase in political violence. We've seen the rhetoric over the past decade or so really intensify and an edge creep into the conversation when it comes to, the core cultural and political and social and policy issues that surround daily life in the U.S. And we've seen flashes of this violence actually manifest itself. Of course, more than a year ago, then candidate Donald Trump himself was the target of 2 assassination attempts. The one, of course, in Butler, Pennsylvania, that was so high profile when he emerged to say, fight, fight, fight. But then more recently, in June of this year, we saw 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota who were targeted in their homes at night by a gunman who was politically motivated, according to authorities there. So this is the kind of incident that stokes the concern that the rhetoric and the intensified back and forth between the various and quite divided sides here in this country can spill over into violence. And that's something that we just heard the House Speaker address moments ago.
Mike, I think I'm going to ask you the question that a lot of people around the country are asking, which is there a policy response and policy fallout that we can expect off the back of this?
Well, for the immediate moment, there will be calls for prayer for Charlie Kirk and for his family in the wake of this terrible incident, and calls from both sides really to step back from the brink of violence. But then the actual policy steps, that always gets more tricky. And sad to say, in many respects, it is to be expected that each side will fall back on the norm, with Democrats perhaps urging more control of firearms and access to firearms, and Republicans, pointing to questions about extremism on the left. And so when it comes to a policy prescription emerging from this, or from, for example, the incident in Minnesota just weeks ago, the school shooting at a Catholic school in Minnesota, it is more of the same that we're likely to hear on this. And really the whole issue, Critty, is the question of political rhetoric and people now willing to take that next step and follow on their worst instincts and urges, as we have seen fomented and promoted on social media for several years now.
I want to go to Kate Sullivan, who's at the White House for us.
And we're going to get to my big bro and watch his video. We can go over this one real quick, though. Let's take a look at what the young people say that was there.
And breaking right now at 4 o'clock, as you've seen in that special report from CBS News, conservative activist and Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk has died after being shot at Utah Valley University. It happened as he was speaking at a large outdoor event. Kirk was rushed to the hospital, but
yeah, that trips me out right there too, man. Where was the security at, dude?
Students, what kind of checks were there before people got on campus?
If I'm going to be honest, I had friends coming in asking if they needed tickets, and I said they didn't even check for my ticket, which I did get a ticket. They did not pat us down. I feel like
they did not check for tickets. They did not pat them down. That's already giving me red flags, Joe. Because when these kind of events happen, they usually want to make sure that you're a person that have actually officially supposed to attend. But let's continue. It's a college campus. Let's see.
I maybe saw 3 or 4 police officers in this whole environment of hundreds of people, I would guess, which I thought was a little odd, but at the same time.
Lack of law enforcement present. Not screening for official attendees, not checking for weapons, lack of law enforcement present at the event. Let's keep going.
I thought, well, you know, it's Utah, which is probably an ignorant thought to think, but there was not much security precautions taken. There was none.
And you're saying you were 15 feet away from the stage. You were up close and personal with Charlie when he was speaking. Did it sound, and I'm, no worries if you don't know this answer, I don't suspect you might, but did it sound like the shot came from behind?
Yes. It sounded exactly from behind us, and that's why I was so worried, and I looked, but I couldn't find anything. But you could also see, obviously, from the way that the blood just, it definitely was from behind. So, or in front of him, I would say, you know, but.
You guys all get down. Describe the moment you guys tried to escape.
You could tell
just saw
by the
everybody
sound,
running,
man.
and I ran in.
You could tell by the sound of the gunshot. That's a rifle, a highly powered rifle. All I gotta do is listen to the video, watch the video on one of these uncut streaming platforms, and you will see, dude. That's man. That was set up. That wasn't no lone gunman run up through there to try to shoot this dude, faking like he got a camera in his hand or something, or a gun in a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like they did. Old boy Huey Long, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Huey P. Newton was named after the Governor Huey Long. But no, real talk. This had been planned out. They had already took a look at the whole perimeter, the makeup of where the function was going to be held. They knew exactly where they was going to post their shooter. How they knew everything. This don't look no different than Malcolm, man. Y'all know Malcolm X, the gunshots he received to his chest were from an upward angle. There was somebody firing at him from the balcony area. You understand? This looked like the same thing. It's like this was fully planned out, and a full reconnaissance had been done on the overall area to understand exactly where they was gonna put the shooter, where he could get his shot and be easily able to escape without nobody in the crowd noticing it.
Like, the second people started getting up, I'm like, I don't want to be left here alone. I didn't want to get up. I wanted to stay there but I also knew I needed cover in case. And so I just started leaving with everybody, and all I could think is like, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? And I look outside and I see the ambulance, and I'm just thinking, I just saw somebody die. I didn't even call my family until like 20 minutes after because I couldn't stop crying. I was like hyperventilating and seeing like all these people just freaking out and having such a hard time. It's just, oh my gosh. But it was beautiful the way that we all came together, like people praying over one another, people loving one another, people asking if we're okay, sharing numbers with total strangers just to check up on us after this, not just now, but later. I thought that was beautiful how we as a party came together and loved one another in this horrible time. Obviously, I'm inconsolable and so many others are, and we still united in prayer.
And we know just how devout and devoted Charlie Kirk is to Christianity.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he was devoted to Christianity, full Christianity, pagan holidays and all. Fuck a Christian though, man. Y'all know, what the hell do y'all know? Christian. Yeah, you're right. He was a Christian. He was Christianity. On some real shit, because y'all Christianity motherfuckers don't know nothing about what's in those scriptures.
And to have those prayers, we're hearing it from all Carson Nation right now. We want to check up on you and make sure that you're okay. MJ, if we could go ahead and get her contact. But guys, Alyssa, Matt, you kind of heard just the turmoil, how chaotic this situation was. Brian, excuse me, and how
the extent of Kirk's injuries. The University Alert says the suspect is in custody and police are investigating. Let's go to Justice correspondent Scott McFarland now. Scott, what are you learning?
This was a publicly advertised event by this conservative media icon, Charlie Kirk. It began at 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. local time in Utah. A public speech in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, an enormous school in central Utah. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has issued a statement saying, we're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. And the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, says, I'm being briefed by law enforcement following the violence directed at Charlie Kirk during his visit to Utah Valley University today. The law enforcement presence there is likely to include the FBI, and Utah Valley University has a police force, so does the community of Orrin, Utah. But at this point, we're going to lean on what the FBI and governor are saying, that this is a violent act that involved Charlie Kirk. His remarks have ended as the violence broke out there in Orrin, Utah. Maurice.
Scott, best you can tell at this point, obviously very early in the investigation and the situation, but it appears single gunman, single shot. Is that correct?
Well, the videos that are coming in, which we are working with our CBS News team, confirmed team to verify, have sounds in them consistent with gunshots, but we're going to leave that until we get further confirmation on the videos coming in. This is a rally of sorts. Everybody there seemingly would have some phone. There's video, there's audio. In fact, to get into this event today, you had...
Hey, yo, and shouts out to Taylor House Publishing. Yeah, I mean, this is my man. He's the content creator for this video. Shouts out to him.
To acknowledge that the videos of you would be usable for Charlie Kirk and his team. This is a heavily photographed event, but we'll be cautious right now with the videos we see coming in voluminously from sources at the scene.
Okay, Scott McFarland, thank you. And it does not appear at this point that anyone else has been hurt, again, as best we can tell. We do have video that has come into our newsroom. This is the event in Utah. Kirk speaking. A shot is heard, and then we stop the video here before he is struck, and he falls out of sight. And the people who took this video scrambled to get away to some kind of safety. Obviously, a lot of panic, a lot of fear, and people trying to just get out of there once this shooting went down. Our senior White House and political correspondent, Ed O'Keefe. Ed, what are you learning this afternoon?
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. And it looks like, according to this breaking news that has been sharing, the chickens are still coming home to roost.
On record. Didn't I say that? On record.
As you see there, the young man, I think his name is Charlie Kirk, supposedly one of Trump's closest homeboys, one of his allies, was knocked off, was murked out. Now I'm going to be very frank. This is my first time ever hearing about Charlie Kirk. If I have heard of him before, I've never noticed, but evidently he is some very influential right-wing political Republican MAGA Trump ally right-wing guy. According to that.
Innocent people, really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life.
Well, they love showing them black faces on the news, don't they? Here it is. Ain't no black person shot Charlie Kirk, and this is what supposed to be getting talked about. But this is what they talking about, and they already know this dude supposed to be mentally ill, whatever. I don't agree with what he did. I ain't justifying what he did. I'm not a devil. I don't swallow a camel and stray it on a neck. That's what these Edomites do. You understand? And slaughtered hundreds of thousands, killed over 1 million people in Iraq. And when one of y'all get killed, the whole world is collapsing. Get the fuck out of here with that weak shit.
With a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious.
You dumb son of a bitch!
What the fuck is he talking about, son? That's who killed Charlie Kirk? A repeat offender?
Just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people.
Yeah, he's not lying about that.
Murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. And it's time to stop this madness. The people of our country need to...
Yeah, but what about these guns? What about these guns? You're not getting rid of the guns, y'all.
Insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast.
Yeah, he pushing policy now. I don't care nothing about that. Hey, y'all, we know what's up, right? All of us know what's going on, right? If you don't think it's more than meets the eye with this shit right here, if you don't think it's more than meets the eye with this shit right here, or every time somebody quote unquote get assassinated in the United States, it's always more than meets the eye. Trying to trick somebody, man. Hey, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, family. Times like this, it's times period when it come to us, when it come to our people, man, when it comes to us, we supposed to be prepping, man. Chance favors the prepared, man. All we supposed to be doing is prepping to make sure we give our chances, give ourselves better chances, man. We the most hated people in this country. And the hate for us grows no matter what's going on in the country. The hatred still grows for us. You still got essays busting on blacks, even though the Wood, who's their brother, is tripping on their ass hard as fuck right now. Still kill a brother, just killed a brother in Whittier. You understand? Not to mention other little skirmishes and shit going on. Don't get me wrong, they trying to act like they cool because they looking for some consolidation right now. That ain't, nah, man. As soon as this thing start to blow over, it'll be back fuck my yates. Y'all know it. I'm standing down, man. Sorry, I love y'all, man. I just can't fuck with y'all. Understand? I can love you all day, but if you're my enemy, I'm gonna treat you like an enemy until you're no longer an enemy. You have to prove you're not an enemy. You don't just be able to say it. You understand? But on some real shit, man, this is crazy, yo. This is real craziness right here. Talking about what's going on, man. This is crazy. I just had to do a quick little show about it, man. Talk about it real quick, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young, one of Watt's 3 favorite sons. Love every one of y'all to death, love y'all to life, because we live to die and we die to live again. It's 360 degrees, comprehend. Got $3.06. Yeah, you may laugh because you did not do your math. Ah. Shouts out to the Grand Verb Eliza and Sister Erica. But nah, real talk, man. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Living to God, living to die, die to live again. 360 degrees, comprehend. Whether it be here in the kingdom, we all gonna see each other again, man. Yay. We gonna see our master soon, because there's too much going on. This place is looking more and more like Rome every day, man. I mean, hey, man, but hey, giving all praises to the Most High God, man, for the opportunity, man, and for the listeners coming in and checking out the channel, man. Love y'all to death, man. Love y'all to life. Hey, tune in to tomorrow's show. We gonna get back into what's going on once again, man. This is not actually the show I meant to do today. It's just today. This was breaking news. I had to come put my 2 cents in. This man don't believe systematic racism exists. This man said that the civil rights action had never been signed. Don't get me wrong, it shouldn't have been signed in the actual wording that it was worded in, because it said minorities. And like he said, Charlie Kirk, he said that it was hijacked by the LGBT and other groups. It's true. The Civil Rights Act has not benefited black people who fought and died for it nearly as much as it has benefited other quote unquote minorities, including women who are classified as a minority. All right. On record, man. That's just keeping it 400, dude. He says systematic racism don't exist. He said that Israel has a right to kill children. He said that slavery is, in America was no big deal. He said that all the problems that black people face is because of our own violence against one another and the fact that our fathers are not even in the homes, even though he admitted that his government played a role in making sure our fathers wasn't in the home. He speak wickedly concerning oppression, bro. Bottom line, you understand. He is a typical Edomite to me. You understand? So that's just what it is, man. I don't applaud nobody dying. I don't take no pleasure in the destruction of the wicked. But at the same time, those chickens got to come home to roost. Y'all think this is something, man? Wait till Yahweh Shai get a show up, man. Look, say all the shit y'all done did to God's chosen people. Christianity, he's a strong Christian, but he don't believe in reaping what you reap what you sow. He don't believe that the sins of the father can fall upon the children. He don't believe that our fathers have sinned and are not, and we are left to bear the burdens of their iniquity. He don't understand none of that. Like most of you punk ass Christians don't know shit. On record. Hey man, let me get up out of here, dog. I done did my time, man. We gonna all see each other you know what I'm saying, in the AM, man, if God allow us to wake up and take a breath. If you wake up and take a breath, just keep in mind, man, that you know what I'm saying, you just got an opportunity to get it right, man. It's your boy Bam Bam Belly Young, one of Watts 3 sons, man. Hey, Shalom Barakatah. Until next time, man. The Wada Abba Yahweh. Peace.